Well, what's going on, guys? Jersey here from Window Cleaning Resource, and of course, WCR Nation, the Window Cleaning Podcast. And I'm here on the Huge Convention page because we're ramping up for the huge conventions. It's coming. It's right down the what is it? The alley, right down the what's the phrase? It's coming up, right?
Coming up.
I love the huge convention. I love it. It's my favorite time of year to meet everybody that I've talked to either over the phone that I've never met before, or most importantly, all the people that I have met that you're like best friends. You know, it's awesome. I'm stoked. How long are you going to be there at the huge convention this year, by the way? Can you hear me okay? Oh, we're having issues already. All right, well, he's going to be back on. Thad just said it, coming down the pike. Hopefully Draper will join us again. But, yeah, man, it is coming up quick. If you haven't gotten your tickets, remember, because of how the show is structured, the tickets will continue to go up. They will continue to go up all the way to the door. And then once you're at that point, they're going to be crazy high. So buy your tickets soon. If you buy your tickets to the huge convention, you're going to basically seal your place in the huge convention itself. Looks like we lost Draper, but he should be back on here in a second. So hopefully we'll see him. But that's the big part about it is get those tickets sooner than later. Can you hear me, Mr. Draper?
I can now. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's okay. We watched you the whole time, just cussing and swearing and
Can't figure anything out. You just froze. You're like,
oh, nice. I love that. Technology is just a great thing.
It is when it works,
right? Yeah, like Thad just said, buy early and buy cheap. It's the time to do it. It has not gone up. There's going to be increases all the time, like I said. So you literally have to buy your tickets now. Buy them. It's so far slated to be the best one that has ever been for the number of tickets sold has just been crazy. So what that means too is that every year we get to the point in the convention that it looms that we're going to be out of tickets. We're going to sell out. We try the hardest to kind of open things up, but the downside is there is fire marshals. We've hit occupancy before where they have to open up entire rooms. If there are no other rooms to make the code legal for how many people are attending the event, there's no more tickets. So don't miss out. Buy your tickets, all of that fun stuff. But question for you, Mr. Draper, how many of these, you've been to conventions and shows, I mean, even back when, IWCA shows, you've been to huge conventions. I think, have you ever been to the NOLA convention?
I was at the NOLA convention, yes, one time, I believe. So, yeah, I've been to hundreds of them. I used to have a thing that sat here on my file cabinet where I had all of the lanyards and deals. It just got so big, it was just I just finally threw it away. But yeah, I've been to a lot of them.
Nice.
The huge convention's a favorite because there's just so many people there that it's just one of those great events. You've got a ton of people, ton of information, and it's just a good event.
Yeah, it really is. There's other ones throughout the year, and I always say all of them are good to some degree, but going to this size magnitude one is just everybody around you. Yeah, everybody around you is everybody around you is a cleaner. So no matter if you're in a bar or you're in the restaurant or what, everybody's a cleaner is what I was saying. So it's very, very cool. The huge conventions,
it is
very awesome.
It is.
The question that we have before you disconnect again is, why are we talking to Mr. Draper? Why is Mr. Draper the first interview of many for the huge convention? Is there any kind of announcements or things you'd like to talk about?
Nope, nothing at all.
Okay, good. Well, thanks, guys. We'll see you.
No, so one of the big things about the huge convention is there's always on August 7th this year, the day before, there's always these wonderful pre-convention things, right? Yeah. These classes that you can take and all this. And so we thought it'd be really cool this year for us to bring safety to the huge convention.
Nice.
And so that's really cool. So we wanted to bring it there. And so on August 7th from 1 o'clock to 5:30, we're going to have our OSHA 1910 safety class. It's the same one that we do all over the country. The PWNA backs this training. The IWCA does. The PWNA has actually helped underwrite this thing a bit.
Wow.
But we're going to bring it to the huge convention, and that's huge news in and of itself.
Let me guess though, you're about $1,000 for the class, right?
We're $159 for the class, so $159. You get your certificate, you get your carry card, but at the huge convention, we're going to do things a little different. Josh, we have never done this before, ever. We're going to give it to anybody that has a ticket to the show free.
For free?
You heard it, free.
Nice.
So it costs a contractor nothing to come in, sit through the class. It's 4.5 hours. You're going to get your OSHA certification ticket. You're going to get your little carry card. And basically, if you haven't bought a ticket yet, you'd normally pay $159 for this. So I just bought your ticket for the most part, less $40 to the huge convention.
That's crazy. That's crazy. If anybody who is watching has done safety training in the past, you know that not only do you actually learn, I mean, you know, there's a lot of stuff where it's like, okay, I have the card because it needs, but you actually learn things. And the biggest part about it is that for workers' comp, for insurance, for just setting yourself out of being like a legit company, having certifications. I still have next to me, I don't even clean anymore, and I still have my IWCA safety certificate up on my wall right there. So, I mean, these are things that when you get these, you know, OSHA safety, just safety in general, when you can do a whole class like that,
yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
It is. And what we've done is, those of you that don't know, we've taken OSHA 1910, which is the general industry standard that we're under, power washers and window cleaners. We've taken the subparts out of that apply directly to us. So we don't go into boring stuff like acetylene torches and all that stuff that's never going to apply to what we do.
Yeah.
It's only the subparts that apply to what we do. Like I said, it's been wildly popular throughout the year. We've trained hundreds and hundreds of contractors this last year. And we're going to be there anyway at the huge convention on the trade show floor. We stepped up to the plate this year. Expert Safety Services is going to have a 20 by 20 booth. And I just thought, you know what, why not? Since we're trying to make a big splash, we're going to have some big announcements also that you're going to see for the first time at the huge convention of what we're doing and some of the things that we have to offer. And I thought, why not? Let's just do this thing for free. Let's make a big splash at the huge convention. Let's do it for free. And we do thank the IWCA and the PWNA for allowing this to happen, and specifically the PWNA for helping underwrite some of it. But it's free. Guys, what more can I say?
It's free. Free.
Sunday.
No, literally though, that's really, really cool. You know, we're going a little bit closer to the event, but this is the biggest announcement that we've had at any of the shows is this safety training. Like, it costs money to do these trainings, so to have this one free. The big thing about this, though, is it's not a stadium. So it is not going to allow every single person who needs to or wants to join. So you have to join in. If you have your ticket already, awesome. If you don't, not a problem. You can go ahead and order tickets through me, or I'm going to put up a link in the comments if this is going to work, because I'm not quite sure. I think Thad's watching too, but let's see if I can actually put this in the comments right now. All right, let's see. There we go. You can actually click that link if it came through on there or will be. That link will get you right through to that page. So what is free is the safety training class. Absolutely free. You have to have a ticket, so it's free or not, you could go. But this class itself, like he said, is a $160 class for free. And you get the OSHA certification, plus you do a class that's actually based on window cleaning. And if you haven't ever talked to Draper, he's such a stinking smart guy that it's just worth it just for that, just to kind of steal a little bit of his knowledge for it. But Thad just said there's 45 people max. That's it.
So here's the question, Josh, if they've already got a ticket, because a lot of people have already bought tickets, right? They didn't even know about this, but if they already have a ticket, how do they go in and get a free class for the free safety class?
Yeah, so if you already have a ticket, you can register for that class. You can go to the link that I just posted, that giant one, or the one that Thad just posted, and click that link. It gives you two options. It says one is if you have a ticket already, or if you don't, you can actually purchase a ticket right through there. If you already have the ticket, you already you're already eligible. But the thing is if you get a ticket a month from now, the class is going to be done and sold out. So
yeah,
don't miss
and
out.
There was a comment by Rob Satterley, and it's really cool because he says, "Wow, I hope to take advantage of this. I know my competitors don't have this." So I'll let you in on a little secret. One of the things we do at the end of this class is, of course, we go through all the safety stuff, but at the end of the class, I show you as a contractor how to take this back into your marketplace and compete with it. Compete with this knowledge that you've been given. So you're right, Rob. Most of your competitors won't have it, and you're going to have a unique selling proposition and a distinct advantage on your competitors when you go back into your marketplace after the class.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that a window is clean as a window. It doesn't matter what you use because people don't care. It doesn't matter what you do because people don't care. They just want a clean window. So to set yourself apart, why are your windows better than the other guys when they're both the same, right? You have to find the reasons that pull on people's strings to get them to buy you, and that's exactly it. Having a safety certification or just saying like, hey, I attended this class, putting it on your website, using, all of those resources to set yourself out. It creates trust before you even have it. And not just the business side of it. You're actually going to learn things. It's an actually useful class, and it is not a boring class. It is not something where you're going to fall asleep halfway through and not learn anything just because you want the certificate. It's not that. Like he said, you're not going to learn about welding safety or, any weird things based on OSHA. You're only going to learn industry-specific stuff, which is stinking awesome. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not a boring class. It's fun. It's very interactive. We just have a great time during it. I've sat through many boring safety classes myself, and when we started off doing this, I said, we're not going to have a class like that. We're not going to have, snoring in the class. We got to keep it rolling. So
yeah, no kidding. And this announcement, being that it's announced right now, this page has already been up, and there's already people who had kind of snuck prior information. So there's already people going to the class. You have to, I'm telling you, this sounds so spiely. Take it with a grain of salt, but if you want to do this, you got to just join. If you got your ticket already, awesome. All you need to do is go ahead and click that. If you don't have your ticket, then buy your ticket. Like it says, you click that link that's on there. You can buy it directly through there, get everything set up at once. 45 people, and that's it. But back to the convention itself. I'm getting in actually on Tuesday because we do. Obviously, from back in the day too. You do your 16, 18 hours of standing and mingling, but the beginning part is nice because that's kind of the calm down part where you kind of get everything in, and a lot of people are already there. And the hotel is awesome, the area is awesome, there's stuff to do. But my favorite thing at these conventions to do is just to go, and I always say bar because that's kind of a good hangout place. Everybody knows I'm not a huge drinker, especially at these shows, because I have to be kind of coherent, right? But I like to go to these places and just sit down and just kind of like talk to people, because on the internet, it's awesome. On Facebook groups and forums, it's always great. But just to talk to people is really, really awesome. And if you're even, and I've been doing this now for 13, 14 years, like I don't learn, I don't go to just learn all the time, but I learn every single time. So if you're new, it's incredible. If you're not new, it's still awesome just to meet the people and to see people in real life, which is very cool.
Yeah, it really is. And I tell you, at any one of these shows, the best value, you get some value from the classes, don't get me wrong. Grab the guy at the show that is where you want to be. Buy him a beer or a Coke or whatever you're into, and go sit somewhere with him and just pick his brain. That, man, I tell you, that is so valuable. Probably not the guy that's in your competitive market. But, if you can find a guy that's where you want to be, I just remember through the years just being able to sit down and talk with guys that had 35 guys, 40 guys that were where I wanted to be. Man, that information was invaluable. And it remains that way to this day. That's just, these shows are invaluable like that.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Every time you go to a show, you may want to get to a different position. So every single year you could find, where you want to be. But there's so many people out there. And I always say this sounds stupid, but it's a dog park. Like when you bring a dog to a dog park, they don't fight because it's nobody's park, right?
Right?
When you're in somebody's neighborhood or you try to talk to your competitor, like, hey, how'd you get so big? They're not going to tell you anything because it's their yard. When you go to these shows, you could go up to somebody and go, hey, I don't mean to bug you, man. How much are you charging per window? They'll be like, oh, yeah, it's $10 per pane. the knowledge is there. It's not like when you are at home and you see somebody cleaning windows and you say, "Hey, I'm Jersey. It's nice to meet you." And they go, "Oh, I'm a window cleaner too." And they're like, "Oh, get out of here. You're stealing me." It's not like that. It's absolutely incredible. So
yeah.
And first ticket for that one is sold. Went to I should say sold because it's free, but JC got that. So like I said, it's spoken for already. This is crazy. It's
one thing I wanted to say, Josh, too, is I'm very passionate about safety in our industry, and there's large companies out there that promote safety and have the ability to function. The small guy maybe doesn't have as big a budget to try to promote safety, and so this convention, with doing this for free, really gives just anybody an opportunity to step up to the plate, get in, kind of see what OSHA's requiring of us, see if I'm going to be an employer, what's required.
Yeah.
And so, and I just want to say again, the PWNA really stepped up to the plate and allowed this to happen, because we do have, affiliate memberships with these guys, and we got certifications that are being issued. So it's not just easy just to say, "Oh, just give it away." So, but they stepped up. They believe in the same thing and keeping contractors safe. And so I just can't say enough about this, but the hours, Ricky, are going to be 1 o'clock to 5:30, 1 to 5:30 on Wednesday, 8/7. So, but anyway, we're super excited about it. We're glad we could do it.
Yeah, and just another little bit of information on that. Michael is actually going to be giving away free autographs, so that's included in your free.
We will, yes, no problem. I'll stand in line till the crowd goes home.
That's right. You're just gonna have to put the shades down next time. And
okay.
All right, I gotta do this. These are my people here. Right. No, but it is pretty cool. Kevin Hargis actually is one of those guys that I see everywhere, and I don't know that I've ever met him in real life, because if he looks anything like his profile picture, I've never met that guy. So he's one of those that I see everywhere, and that's the cool thing. You're shaking hands with people, and they're, of course, especially if you're doing video stuff, they're like, "Oh, hey, Jersey." You shake their hand, and you're like waiting for them to say it. And they're like, "Oh, yeah, it's me, Kevin Hargis." You're like, "Oh, my gosh, I know who you are." Yeah. So you get to meet people in real life. It's very cool. Well, that's either way, he's coming.
I'm back. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. It's just like the Twilight.
It's an ice storm. That's what it is. You can always blame it on an ice storm.
Yeah, it's May in Illinois, but the ice is coming down outside.
Yeah. Hey, it's going to be 90 here on Saturday, so
good.
Yeah, I'm completely okay with that. I have tan lines from my watch already. See that?
No, I do. Yeah, we're still white and pasty out here in Illinois.
That's right. Yeah. It took a while for when I moved from Wisconsin to kind of finally, it was just burning. I was like a albino out there for a while, and just my skin had to get ready to it. But I can't do the cold anymore. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, Josh, I'm watching the comments and the seats go already. You had already mentioned 45 seats is all this is going to be. There isn't any more expansion. Everything's taken. It's not just a hype thing. If you want your seat, get it now, because they're just not going to be there. I guarantee they're not. Yeah. And typically, when we do a show like this, Thad asked me, he says, "How many people do you normally put in a class at a show?" And I said, whatever the attendance is of the show, I can generally get 20% to care about safety and come to the class.
Yeah.
So this event is scheduled to have over 1,000 people. If I can normally draw 20%, that's 200 people. We've only got 45 seats. We're 5 times what we could normally draw. So, I mean, guys, this is not hype. Those seats are going to go.
Yeah. If our predictions in just that class is it'll be less than a week. It'll be before week's end next week that they'll be gone. We got 4 already down. I mean, there's 45, so we're down, so it's just a cool opportunity. The other real truth of the matter is, like you said, people who care about safety, it takes everybody who's going to be in that room actually gives 2 dumps about their company. So if you want to network with people who actually care, the people that are in these classes with you, when everything's said and done, it ends at 5:30. That's dinner time. You're going to meet people. You're going to get groups. You're going to find people who are like-minded, or they're having a business already that you want to be, and they give 2 dumps about their company, which is, I mean, those are the people you want to talk to. Anybody can do it the wrong way, but you want to talk to the people who do it the right way. So
Yep. It will be, and it's really fun because we do interact a lot in the class, and so to hear what other guys are going through, and I do understand that for the most part, safety, there are some independent guys that are just sole operators that they want to be safe, and they're welcome too. But primarily, that class is full of people that are really, they have employees. They're trying to grow their business, and they're mandated by things.
Yeah. Yeah, as Draper drops off there for a second, but the big thing,
is coming down.
I'm telling you, you got squirrels on the lines or something. But no, I lost my train of thought here for a second. But the people, anybody can start something or do something the wrong way, and like I said before, the people who care are the people that kind of makes this. Thad just came in and he said another 2 more gone. I mean, I don't even know if we make it through this week, much less through the end of next. So, but anyway, it's very, very awesome to do this kind of stuff, especially when people are going to go to the show. We've sold now more tickets to this point than we did last year, even to this point. And last year was the biggest. So this year is just going to be incredible. I'm super excited. Everybody's like, well, I can't break free. I can't make it this. Listen. Yes, you can. You got into business so that you could do what the heck you wanted. Like, yeah, the money's great. I get to meet, Mike Draper. So, I mean, things are good. But
there's probably better people to meet. But
the benefit to it is really you get to do what you need to do when you do it. And I'm not a tax expert, so don't take any of what I'm about to say to heart. But there are tax benefits to going to shows where it's just a write-off. It's a trip that you get to do. Everything that you're doing, talk to your tax advisor, blah, 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 CYA kind of thing. But you can write off a lot of it, if not all of it. And because it's an educational thing, not only are you getting something out of it, but you've earned it at that point, right? And they're just awesome. They're very, very cool.
There's a testimonial, and he's on many of the sites and stuff, so people probably recognize his name. But I can't promise this. But I just want to tell you an experience that happened with Gabe Gutierrez. He owns a company out in Arizona.
Yeah.
And he took the class. He bought in a little further, and he did our safety in the box. He has our manuals, just everything, the whole safety program.
Wow.
But he went through the class. He went back to his insurance company. And this is right on our page, Expert Safety Services, on his testimonial. He was able to save 10% because of the safety things that he had in place off his work comp.
It's crazy.
That's a big number. 10%. If you've got employees, you know what you're paying. Drop that 10%, and it really has some value. So again, I can't promise it everywhere, but that's one of the things that's happened in the Arizona for Gabe Gutierrez. And so just by taking the class and putting a few other things in place.
Nice. TJ Gilbert, T Squeegee from Outlaw just jumped on. He's part of the people that I was talking to, saying he's just too busy to make it, and he doesn't know if he can make it. And really, he's just looking for one of his friends to go, and he's maybe not going to go. And
we know that's not the truth, because T Squeegee has more money in the window cleaning industry than almost anybody.
I heard. Did you see his Bugatti?
Yeah, and so there's no reason why T Squeegee would not be at the huge convention.
No, if there is a player out there, it's T Squeegee. Like
when somebody says money, I say T Squeegee.
That's what I always say too. It's anyway. I don't want to give away the secrets, but T Squeegee is he's a bigwig. Also, another one who I heard is giving away autographs is T Squeegee, because he will be there for sure. But he will. I'm reading this now. He'll only give autographs on skin. So I think he's got to sign bodies of foreheads and cleavage or something. I don't know, but.
Yikes.
But no, it really is, guys. Thad just jumped in. He said another one's gone. Here's a kind of a interesting statistic. We were talking about size, and I don't know how many numbers to give away, so Thad's giving them away here. But he says that right now, as we stand of now from this time last year, we're at 44% more tickets sold than last year. We had over 1,000 people last year. So, all these other shows that are out there are awesome, and the big shows have 200 people. This is slated to have upwards of possibly 1,500 people, 14, 1,500. Like, there's so many contractors out there that every single person that's anybody goes to these things, and you can talk to them. You can realize that people who do give back, like Steve-O, Luke, the window cleaner, Fluff Daddy, Joe, T Squeegee, all those guys are willing to talk to you and just say what's up. And that's the part that's so awesome, is people are really genuinely out there to help, like you. And like you, I was saying, in the mode to help by giving away this kind of thing for free. So it's very, very incredible. If you don't make the class, you guys are still there, so you can still, sign up for classes. Unfortunately, those do cost money, but you're still going to be there regardless. So,
and some big names on those paid classes too. Tornabini, who is going to be at the same time. He's going to hate me, by the way, for doing this announcement. But Tornabini, and also Raymond Burke, right? He's going to be doing a class at the same time. So I'm sorry in advance, Tornabini and Burke, for this. But they're going to be there. They're awesome guys. So if that kind of fits your model of what you need to be doing, take their class too. And then the PWNA has a class that morning. I mean, just some awesome, awesome people and leaders in the industry teaching at this event.
Yeah, it's ridiculously awesome. I'm telling you, the big thing, everybody's like, well, what's the pros and cons? The only con from going to a show is you'll never miss another show. That's just how it is. Like, I mean, I started that even when I was doing little shows years ago. It's just every time one would come around that I knew people going to, I wanted to go just to be around people who get it. It's just something else, But Mike Tesaro is here. He said that he's getting goosebumps. Another of the famous OGs.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. We could stay on here like QVC until they're all gone, I guess. But
it's just going to happen regardless if we're babbling about it or not. So.
Right. And so all I can say is the Huge Convention's always an awesome event. It's always been awesome. And we're going to bring safety to the event. We're going to do it for free. And what more can I say? That is a mic drop.
I love it. That's the first and only mic drop I think we'll see in any of these videos. Awesome. Oh, and then he drops out. See, that's how Mike Draper rolls. But no, guys, really, it is awesome. The link is in the comments now. If you do want to get into any of the free stuff, do that. Buy your ticket. If you're just buying the ticket, you don't want to go to safety, awesome. Give me a call, shoot me a text, go online, go to thehugeconvention.com. You can get tickets directly through there. I'm not going to babble anymore. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to do a lot more of these. So if you want to watch with all the different speakers, which also we don't usually announce speakers for the events themselves in early, and it's something that some people don't like, but we start to trickle them through these. So when you start watching this, follow this Facebook page. We're going to be doing lives with all the different speakers and attendees and everything. We have a ton of them planned, so there's going to be a lot of lives and videos. So watch it, but go to the show, man. T Squeegee's going now. It's a thing. You want to be one of the cool kids, go there and check it out. But anyway, thanks guys for watching, and we'll chat again here shortly.